What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about me hiring different virtual employees, virtual assistants, whatever you want to call them, to work on print on demand for me. So I hired the first one, and this has been probably about 14 days so far. It's probably been about 2 weeks. Because I did hire them a couple days before this month started, before July. And we're working together, and I'm just showing them everything that I'm doing. And this is kind of just like a progress report, kind of update kind of thing about what I'm doing, what's going on, and the income behind certain things. So what I'm doing is, and I've spoken about this before, but towards the last quarter of the year, even though we're not there yet, but I figured I'd get a head start, and I'd start scoping out some virtual assistants, virtual employees that have nothing to do with print on demand, don't know anything about print on demand, and I'm going to go in and teach them different things. And one of the things that have been the easiest for me, and you guys could probably do this exact same thing, is you can hire somebody, and this is what I've been doing, to take the photos from Unlimited Copyright Photos and use those photos on platforms like Society6. Now, to be clear, I do have ownership over all the accounts, so it's not like this person, does have ownership or anything like that. I have the full ownership. I'm the one who's paying the salary, right? And I'm also, what I'm doing is I'm providing all the different tools, resources, things like that are needed, right? So I have them on an Instagram bot. They're learning how to use that and learning how to work with that properly. I have them on Unlimited Copyright Photos, and I also have them on the Redbubble Favorite Bot. So I have them on 3 tools right now, so really not much that I'm spending. In terms of the copyright tool, you guys know they have a discount going on, so I got lucky. I bought the yearly membership for them to access. And like I said, I have them on the Redbubble tool. I got them on a whole bunch of different other things. Let me just show you guys here. I got them on this tool, and I got them on the Follow Unfollow. So 3 tools right now. In the future, I'll introduce Twitter for them and all these different things, but I don't want to bog them down too much. And basically what I do is I have a daily set, tasks for them. So Monday through Friday, they are working. And during the weekend, they have off, right? They don't have to worry about the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, they enjoy. And a lot of it is monotonous work, right? Like, I'm pretty sure if you program some sort of, like, computer or something can do it for you, but that would take a really long time. I would just much rather pay somebody, and I have no experience in that world, so, that's not my field. But regardless, what their tasks are is they're going to look through, this is their first thing that they do every day, is they're using the tool right here to find different designs. Right now I have them set on landscapes, and I figured I'd just say the niche because it really doesn't matter. You go on Society6, there are literally, I don't want to say billions, but you guys know what I mean. I'm exaggerating here. There's a lot of different photos of all different kinds on these platforms, okay? So the first thing that I got them on is doing the landscapes for Society6. And with the way Society6 works, which is kind of annoying, but it is, you have to actually request permission. You have to have like prior approval, basically, prior to opening a new account. Because if they catch you opening a new account, some things might go downhill. Now, maybe there are some people who are watching this who didn't require approval. For me, I had to, just double check. I don't want to risk my original Society6 account that's actually producing me a really good income, so I don't want to waste, play around with that. But basically, Society6 is cool because it's a lot of the, kind of like the decor kind of niche is really good for that. That's just my opinion. From what I've seen with the demographics, my own personal sales, a lot of stuff that's like decor, all those kind of, like, it's really just a creative site for that kind of stuff. So, really good for that. And I have them putting up landscapes right now. That's what I'm having them do. For Zazzle, I don't have them working on Zazzle whatsoever. They're not touching Zazzle. Zazzle is complicated. Like, Zazzle has a lot of stuff to it, and this is why I did not get them on Zazzle. I didn't want to get them on Zazzle too much. I introduced the idea, but it was just a little too complex. It was for now, so we're just not even working on Zazzle. But we're taking the same photos that we put on Society6 and we're popping them on Redbubble. What I also am having them do is slowly I'm having them build a new TeePublic account, which, by the way, we already got approved for the marketplace, all that fine and dandy kind of stuff. And I'm having them slowly create certain kinds of designs on TeePublic, and I'm reviewing the way that they're tagging. So that's kind of my approach right now. As far as like social media and things like that, I have them working on an Instagram account, right, where they're promoting the design specifically from TeePublic to the Instagram account, and they are in a specific niche. I don't want to kind of say the niche because, I just figured I'm not going to say it. Put it that way. But thankfully, TeePublic is allowed to or allows you to have multiple accounts, along with Redbubble, other accounts like that. Society6, like I said, was a pain because you have to request and all this kind of stuff, and it's a headache, but it is what it is, and they have to take time to reply. It's really like a slow process, to be 100% honest with you. But that's really what he's been doing. And for those who want to know the method that I'm using, it's not like some of the photos he just takes and pops them on the platforms because we're legally allowed to do so, and it's been working. I'm not saying that we're producing a ton of income, but I'm completely understanding that this is an investment, right? It's going to take some time. There's going to be some errors. There's going to be some mistakes. I am going to have to pay for those mistakes financially until he gets better, and that's going to take some time. But honestly, everybody makes mistakes, so it's not something that I'm too hell-bent on, but he's working on it. He's working on it. My first virtual assistant for specifically print on demand is working on it. They work about 3 hours a day, so really not that much. I mean, you're really not that much work. And I don't have them a set limit for the amount of work they're doing. I mean, it's just paid based on the set of tasks they complete, and basically they'll search something like this, and I'll just show you guys, like, search water. I was going to say waterfall, but, might not be a good idea, but let's go ahead and search this anyway. This is an example of a landscape, like you have a waterfall, and he'll take, like, for example, a picture like this and turn it into a painting, right? So all you simply do is click on the image, and you could see here it's an image, and I could take this image, turn it into a painting, or I can use the image just the way it is, and I post it on here. The photos that they were taking, there was a landscape with like mountains, and I'll use this as an example. Not mountains, it was like a foresty, rocky area with like a tiger in it. That's how the picture was. I took that, and I told him, upload this to Redbubble. Like take this, upload it to Redbubble, and literally within, like, I don't want to say 3 days, but maybe 4 or 5 days, basically the same week, within the same 7-day period, we got a sale on that. And when I say we, it's me. I got the sale. I pay him a salary so that he can do the work for me, and then I get the commission. So basically, and there's sometimes you got to play some, like, logic games with them, because sometimes the virtual assistants, they say, well, why can't I just go and do this myself? And I tell them, well, you can do this yourself, but there's no guarantee that you're going to make money. I'm going to take all the risk, and I'm just going to pay you to do the job, right? So essentially, you're making money guaranteed. And, sometimes they want to make sure that they'll get guaranteed pay and things like that. So I'll say, okay, you want to make sure that you're going to get paid? All right, let's do 1 day's worth of work, and I'll pay you for 1 day's worth of work, like as a test, right? And if you get the money, great. If you don't get the money, then call me a scammer. Never answer me ever again. But I promise you, you'll get the money. And so they'll do the job as like a test to see if we can work together, and then I pay them for 1 day, and then I don't want to say hooked, but basically that's what they want to do. They want to work with me after that, because the biggest risk for people who work online is, how do they know how they're going to get paid for sure? Like, they want to make sure. And I totally get it. I mean, it's a tough world out there. We need money. We need jobs. We need all this kind of stuff. And that's what I'm currently doing with my virtual employee, virtual assistant for print on demand. It's going to be a slow process. It's going to be a marathon. It's not going to be something that's simple. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is because maybe you guys are looking into doing something similar. Maybe you're not. I mean, who really knows? I'll be documenting this process. I don't know how much I want to document, how much I want to talk about. We'll see. This is not something that I've ever done before in terms of hiring virtual assistants specifically for print on demand. I am still going to be working on my Redbubble stores, 60 designs a day, every day, for the rest of the year, for the whole year. That is, I am going to keep doing that. I've been doing that. I haven't talked about it in a few days, but no, I've been doing it very, very hard. It's very difficult. And it's not, honestly, it's not 1 or 2 days worth of work that's difficult. It's doing it every single day, day in, day out, day in, day out. It gets monotonous. But, regardless, even if this virtual assistant is going to be working for me long term, I'm still going to be doing it myself for the rest of the year. I'm still going to have to do that. That's like a requirement for me. Now, currently, they are not doing 60 designs a day for me. They're doing about half. I always say do as much as you can. Set it up for an hour and see how much you can do. And they're doing about half. Like, I remember the first day was like 27, the second day was like 33, then the third day it was like 28. It's somewhere around there. Some days it's higher, some days it's lower. I think their record was like 42 uploads to Redbubble. But I set them to work for a certain time limit. 3 hours a day is good enough. And they're paid well, so, it is what it is. But we'll see what happens. I'm not saying that I'm going to become, super rich doing this. It might not even work. It might be a failure. It might not make any money, but we'll see. I'm really confident in the way that I learned how to do print on demand. I figured out how to do everything pretty much myself. I didn't read books. I didn't read forums. There was no information on it that you could really kind of show. And there's really, if you really, really look into YouTube, there wasn't as much as like click-by-click tutorials. There are people with, like, let's say 30K subs on YouTube that talk about print on demand, but they just literally look at a screen. They're not doing click-by-click tutorials. They're not guiding anything. I feel like I've done a very significant amount of click-by-click tutorials. My videos recently have not been. They're really more explainer videos, talking videos, kind of like what you're seeing now. But there are a ton of click-by-click tutorial videos on my YouTube channel. Things with the Instagram bots, things with, uploading to TeePublic, uploading to Redbubble, using different tools, different bots to help the process, using the favorite bot, all these different things. So, I just had to figure it out. And I'm not really the type of guy that likes to, read anyway. Like, I'm not going to be reading a book to figure something out. That's just not me. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that's just not me. I just don't have that in me. But this is what I'm currently at, and this is what I'm currently doing. I'm not saying that this is, something that I'm going to depend on. Who really knows where this is going to lead? I have no idea yet. We'll see what the future holds. We'll see how it works out. It might not work out at all. I'm really assuming for the first few months it's going to be negative. It's going to be in the hole. But that's fine, like I said, because let's just say if I find out, like, let's say the individual does a certain amount of work, let's just say 6 months worth of work, and let's say through the period of a year, that 6 month worth of work, I break even. Well, that's decent, because at the end of that year, the next year, I'm going to start generating profit. So to me, that's not a problem. Like I said, I'm in it for a more long-term game. I'm in it for more profit, but long-term, I'm not really I'm not forcing myself to make a profit right here, right now. There's a lot of different videos of different reviews of tools that I've been using, and I'll show you guys certain tools. And like the first review that I really want to do is this review tool, the unlimited copyright-free photos. I want to share my experiences, if I've gotten banned, if I've gotten blocked, if I've gotten any kind of issues with these photos. I'll talk about it, and yeah, I'll just share that with you guys in future videos. But this is just kind of what I've been doing, what I've been up to, and how I've been going. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.